Well, with all the deserted streets, paranoia and panic buying, you'd be forgiven for thinking the coronavirus effect is like something out of a movie. But like everything else, the virus is also impacting the movie industry, from how we watch them to which ones we watch. To tell us more, we're joined by Manny Tsigas. Now, Manny, of course, Hollywood has got royalty like Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson embroiled in it, but how much further is this all going?
It is quite a wide-ranging problem at the moment, Bev. So like a lot of entertainment events have been either cancelled or postponed recently, but analysts say the global film industry in particular is taking quite a hit, and it could be a while before it recovers. Let's start in China, which has shut down more than 70,000 cinemas. Chinese film studios postponed the release of several titles that were expected to draw huge numbers during the Lunar New Year holiday. Last year, they made around $360 million during the holiday's opening weekend. This year, it was around $2 million. In Italy, where cinemas have also been shut down, the box office crashed to an all-time low last week. And with countries like South Korea, France, Japan and India introducing at least partial cinema shutdowns, half of the top 10 markets making up the global box office are now affected. And then there's the US.
This is going to have a huge effect for years to come. It's not just at the moment. Because the films that they're not making now, there's going to be a real dearth in the industry for a long time. And we're talking about the big blockbuster films. Now we've got like Peter Rabbit delaying its premiere. We've got the James Bond film delaying its premiere from April to November. That's going to have the knock-on effect, because now it will be follow the leader. It's not looking good for the industry, and nobody really knows how to respond to what to do. Cinemas are laying off staff for a temporary measure, but it could be long term. It's a moving target, this one. Do cinemas shut down? Do they keep playing movies? You know, what's the ethical responsibility here for the cinemas? And that's something that a lot of the exhibition industry has to deal with also.
And productions are already being affected. Mission Impossible 7 has stopped filming in Venice, and as we heard earlier, Tom Hanks and Rita Wilson have been struck down by the virus while Hanks was filming Baz Luhrmann's Elvis biopic in Queensland. The Cannes Film Festival is also weighing up whether it should go ahead in May, putting dozens of films at risk of not getting picked up by studios. So is there any good news here? Well, according to Dr. Gaunson, there is, for streaming services.
This could be the moment for Netflix to really take ownership of the industry, because right now Netflix have the perfect product, premiering new films and new content. They're working with the best actors, the best directors in the world, and it's all being screened in people's living rooms. The distributors have wanted their films to be in cinemas, but if the cinemas aren't playing films, there's talk about, you know, what's going to happen in Australia, America, the UK. So those distributors right now, if they're smart, they would be talking to all of the streaming services.
Sensible advice, Manny. Are there any movies that we are gravitating towards?
Well, funnily enough, a 2011 drama called Contagion is actually doing really well on Amazon streaming services. That is the story of how a pandemic wiped out more than 20 million people. So it's quite a worrying sort of a trend there. But the same thing actually happened after the 9/11 attacks, when video stores saw a rush for titles like Die Hard and The Siege and The Towering Inferno. So life imitating art, art imitating life. Take your pick, basically.
I'm going to go for a romantic comedy and forget about Contagion. Manny,
that's fair enough.
Good to talk.